How you guys doing? Hope you guys are staying safe. I'm out here at the Highline, so you guys can see beautiful Highline. So I'm here to answer a question. I get this question asked a lot about what do I use? How do I catch the fish? Or I'm fishing for the first time, and a lot of you guys, my go-to is it's a drop shot. The drop shot. So I'm gonna show you guys, and all it is a simple spinning combo. $29.99 at Walmart, and my rod I think it was like $17 at Big Five. So you don't need nothing expensive. My line, I did change my line. You want a little bit heavier line, like 15, 12-pound line at least here for the Highline, because if you get snagged, you'll be able to pull that hook out of the stump or of the tulies. All right, my hooks. My hooks is just a simple bait hook. You guys can see it's a bait hook. Size 4. And all I do is tie it with a Palomar knot. So you want to leave maybe about 2 feet of line. And then you want to come in, fold your line, and come in through the back of the hook. Come in through the back of the hook. Just a simple overhead knot. Overhead knot. And when you create that little loop, you bring in that loop through the hook through the loop, and you tie it. If your hook is not straight, it's sideways, you bring in that end of the line and you bring it back in through the inside of the hook, the eye of the hook, and then it'll straighten up your hook straight. Your weight, just a teardrop weight, simple teardrop weight. You want to use maybe 3/16 to 1/4, depending how the current is at the Highline. Like right now, it's very slow, so you could go with you can get away with 3/16. You want to leave maybe about 1.5 feet, because the water's kind of low today over at the Highline. So 1.5 feet or foot, it's good right now. And you could change it. And the same thing. Let me show you guys. Just a Palomar knot. I'll tie a link. I'll put a link on the page, so you guys can know where the Palomar knot is. So all I did is, you got your end of your line. You come in right here. Want to leave like a foot, and then you fold it. Go through the eye of the weight, teardrop, and you just do overhead knot. It's called a Palomar knot. See? You get both lines. You go over and bring in your weight. You pull. That's it. Cut the excessive line. Please take your line back with you guys. Come on. Don't be leaving it out here, or any trash that you bring in. Don't leave it out here, because what happens is there's nobody going to drive by and pick up your trash. Trust me, nobody's going to be out here picking up your trash. So what happens is the wind blows from the west to the east, and they'll bring all the trash into the Highline. And then what happens is these checks right here, right behind me, like you see, all that trash will build up in there, and it'll come into those little ditches that you see right there. And that's what feeds the water into these fields. And then you'll get all this trash in the fields. You get all this trash in the little checks and all over the place. Please, whatever you bring in, take back with you. I mean, I don't want to lose the privilege. I don't want my kid to lose their privilege, and your guys' kids to lose the privilege of being able to fish out here in the Highline or the All-American Canal, because this feeds off the All-American Canal. So, simple rig. What you could tell you, what you guys could put on this is endless. I mean, I buy these little guys over at Bass Pro Shop. I order them. They're a couple of bucks, and they look like little minnows. I think I have one right here. You see? Look at the action on that thing. And all you do is you rig them through the nose. Simple rig through the nose. You come up. As soon as it bends, passes the bend of the hook, you want to come out. You push it through. There you go. Look at that action on that tail. That's what you want on the water. And this way we'll pull up and down, and they'll create the action of moving this bait in the water, make it look like a bait fish. And trust me, these bass will hit. I'm not telling you that you're going to catch a 10-pounder, 12-pounder, 6-pounder. It could happen. I mean, you might get hit by one of those, but you guys can't go fishing for the first time and then expect to catch a giant fish. I mean, you need to put some time into this. All right, my buddy Steven Perez from Coachella, he hooked me up with some really cool baits. Look at these guys. Look at the action. What I like about this is that the tail's not straight. It's actually, was that vertical? and what it does, it's pushed by the water, and it creates so much action on that tail. Look at that guy, still moving. You see? And you rig. Hit him up, Steven Perez, over on Facebook. It's called Desert Baits with a Z, Baits. And and you rig it the same way by the nose. Pass the curve, come out, push the hook is, size 4 hook. Look at that. All you do, the same thing, and they'll create all this action. I think last time I was out here, it was like 2 weeks ago, and I was catching them on these guys. Oh my God, that was so much fun. I mean, there was a bunch of small ones that hit, especially for the kids. I mean, this is so much. I mean, beats, spending what, $6 I think it is for night crawlers. I mean, if that's your thing, you can even put a night crawler on this, and catfish, bluegills, everything. This rig is the best for that. And then he hooked me up with these swim baits. Look at that tail. Look at the action in that tail. I've never tried a swim bait on a drop shot. And I said, you know what? Let's try it. It's small enough to fit. Same thing. You're going to hook it up through the nose. As soon as it passes the bent, you're going to come out. You push your hook through. And there you have it. Look at that. Little swim bait. I was catching them on this guy. They were hitting. I mean, and he hooked me up with different colors. He has all kinds of different colors. Look at this. It looks like a little baby bass. Perfect. Try it. Cast it out there. Bounce it a couple of times, and you'll see the action on it. You'll even think like, wow, that looks like an actual, fish. So, all right, guys. Well, stay safe and tight lines, guys.